Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise for a point of personal privilege.
Gentleman may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen of the House, having been here now for 5 sessions, this is only the second time that I have risen for a point of personal privilege. But I would like to do so today, and I would ask that you permit me to share something that's on my heart. In February of 2013, then Attorney General Cuccinelli issued an opinion that license plate readers, a device employed by law enforcement to collect wide-scale images of vehicle license plates on the public highways, are collected and maintained in a repository. The Attorney General's opinion ruled that those could not be used by law enforcement agencies to collect information that is not directly related to a criminal matter. The Virginia State Police quickly complied with that opinion, purged their data within 24 hours unless a crime is involved, and came into compliance with the opinion. But in my region of Virginia, Northern Virginia, several jurisdictions disagreed with the Attorney General opinion and in turn continued to engage in wide-scale passive collection of license plate data by the thousands in a given day. For instance, Alexandria retains that data now for 2 years. Fairfax and Loudoun County retains it for a full year, and Arlington and Prince William counties, my home county, retains it for 6 months. I believe the Attorney General's opinion to have been correct, Mr. Speaker, and so for that reason I patroned this year what was designated as House Bill 1269 to codify the Attorney General opinion in the code as part of the Virginia Government Data Collection and Dissemination Practices Act. The heart of the bill was this clause, quote, "Agencies shall not use any technology to collect or maintain personal information in a passive manner where such data is of unknown relevance and is not intended for prompt evaluation," end quote. In my follow-on discussions during the period that that bill was making its way to subcommittee, conversations with law enforcement agencies and officials, I decided it was imprudent to engage in discussions with law enforcement professionals, the men and women who are badged and sworn to protect us and understand these issues. So I therefore asked the chair of the Militia, Police, and Public Safety Committee to continue the bill, to carry it over to 2015. And Colonel Lingenfelter did so at my request. Those discussions that I wish to have with law enforcement will begin soon after this session adjourns. And my goal and hope is to bring to this assembly next year legislation that strikes a balance between the legitimate needs of law enforcement to have these crime-fighting tools at their hand and to balance that with the need to protect our citizens against intrusive surveillance. And so my focus for this need comes from 2 sources. First are the wide-ranging concerns that I've heard from a number of people in Prince William who expect me to represent them. And then secondly, my own belief as someone who wore a military uniform for 3 decades, that our government should not, must not, cannot surveil its citizens in dragnet fashion. I want tools in the hands of our government and law enforcement to be able to do the job, to catch the bad guys, but in the process, I don't want them to sweep up the good guys. So to provide a forum for the free and full discussion of these issues and to discern a way forward, which I think is very important, I would like to announce the formation of a Personal Privacy Protection Caucus. Our beliefs spring from the words of Founding Father Benjamin Franklin. You've heard the statement that he made in the 18th century. "They who would give us essential liberty to purchase a little public safety deserve neither liberty nor safety," end quote. Our founding principle in doing this is simple, that privacy is essential to liberty and liberty is essential to safety. And our mission is equally simple, and it's simply to protect the privacy and liberty of Virginians against unnecessary intrusion by government agencies. The Personal Privacy Protection Caucus will be a bipartisan, bicameral group that's devoted to the privacy policies that were established by the General Assembly when it passed the Government Data Collection and Dissemination Practices Act. Senator Chap Peterson and I will co-chair the caucus. We have already recruited some dozen legislators, both bodies, both sides of the aisle, and they have joined us in this effort. To those of you in this chamber who wish to join us in this discussion that will take place over the next year, I invite you to do so. My intention is that we engage in the coming months with our law enforcement partners in a thoughtful and deliberative way in order to balance the natural and understandable tension that exists between legitimate law enforcement needs and citizen privacy. I truly believe that by working together, we can collaborate in a constructive way and reach consensus on a rule set for the collection and the management of this data that is collected, one that defends the constitutionally protected rights of the citizens who sent us here to Mr. Jefferson's Virginia State Capitol. And so at 10 a.m. on Monday morning, February the 17th, the Personal Privacy Protection Caucus will gather in the House briefing room in the General Assembly building for a press conference. We'll formally announce the formation of the caucus at that time and outline our goals. We invite any of you who wish to join us to be there with us, and we invite any of you who wish to be a founding member of this Personal Privacy Protection Caucus to come by my desk or my office and to feel free to sign the incorporating documents that simply lay out the goals that I've described here. Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen of the House, I appreciate the opportunity to talk to you on this Friday morning, and I look forward to a constructive conversation with all of you and our law enforcement partners over the next year.